Hey, speaking of worldly,
Sure.
This guy likes all the movies with the subtitles and he likes animation. He likes anime.
Mm-hmm.
He's a writer. He's the culture blaster across social media. He's called @CultureBlaster. But he writes for the Marina Times. He does the Coastal Commuter column. He's got a couple of front page pieces lately. And he comes in on a wave of sunshine and magic. Michael Snyder, everybody. Come on, Michael.
Hey, Michael.
Wait. I got to dust the stardust off my shoulders
You
here.
are a magical guy. You have a shimmer.
Listen, I want to wish an early happy 4th of July to everybody. I refer to it not as Independence Day, but Dependence Day, because I'm depending on someone to invite me to a barbecue. I'm seriously, I'm reaching out to y'all. Speaking of barbecue and the Marina Times, I have a big column, which is kind of keyed on the fact that we have a summer holiday coming up. It's called The King of Q, and it's about my dear friend Hugh Brown, who has over many, many years, until very recently, overseen something he refers to as the Festival of Meat, a gigantic barbecue in Los Angeles. God. And I know, Mark, not only would you not attend.
And this is their new hope.
We would invite you, Mark. But honestly, I'm not much of a meat eater. But you have to marvel at Hugh's magnificent annual. It's just sheer madness. 1 year, 300 pounds of meat were involved in this thing.
God.
I know, it's horrifying.
Party of 4.
Anyway, wait. Come on now, Mark. My personal philosophy has always been when life gives you lemons, squeeze them into the eyes of your enemies. So
very well. Well, there you go.
I know you don't like
it's
the people,
a strategy. Yeah.
People in the beef, and they're not your friends. I understand.
No, I understand. Everybody needs work, but I don't need it. But that's great. You've done a whole column on that, is what you're saying?
Yeah, among other things, and something on movies in the current Marina Times, the July issue. Oh. Let's get down to movies.
Let's get into it, Michael.
There's some
please.
Good ones coming up here. I love me a good film noir, and director Steven Soderbergh, who has successfully dipped into so many genres during an impressive filmmaking career, knows how to assemble a solid film noir. He certainly does so with...
Is that how you say it? Noir? You say it kind of oddly. I thought it was film noir.
Film noir. Hey, look, I'm from Philly. What can I tell you?
Okay, go ahead. Anyway.
He does so with No Sudden Move, which is a crime drama with double and triple crosses, as well as a bit of social commentary. Soderbergh's caper movies, especially Ocean's 11 and his 1998 gem Out of Sight with Clooney and J-Lo, are among his best, and he's done it again with No Sudden Move. Out of Sight adapted a very cool thriller by the master of that genre and one of my favorite authors, Elmore Leonard, whose setting of choice is often Detroit, and No Sudden Move, even though it's not based on a Leonard novel, is set in Detroit in 1954. And this one teams rival criminals in a botched heist, pits them against one another, then forces them into an uneasy alliance as they try to find out why they were originally hired to do the dirty deed and who is the big boss behind the various machinations.
Wow, this sounds great.
Sure does.
Right up my alley.
The cast is superb and features Don Cheadle, who, by the way, was in Out of Sight. I guess Soderbergh has his favorites. And he plays an honorable mobster recently out of prison and hankering to do a well-paying job before he gets out of the life. He's teamed with Benicio del Toro's mobster, romancing his mafia boss's wife. And the boss is Ray Liotta. John Hamm is here as a Detroit cop looking to bust some gangsters. David Harbour, GM employee, supposedly has access to some very valuable papers. And a very portly Brendan Fraser is a cold-hearted thug. By the way, and Matt Damon shows up, another Soderbergh favorite. Ed Solomon's script twists and turns throughout No Sudden Move and even manages to address the auto industry's stranglehold on Detroit and the era's rising racial tension as urban renewal began to gut the black community. No Sudden Move is streaming on HBO Max.
Wow, I can't wait. Cool. You know, he did something in 95. In 1995, Soderbergh did a movie, also film, how do you say it, film noir?
Film noir.
Film noir called The Underneath. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That was really dark. It feels as though this could even be even better than that.
This guy, he did Traffic, Contagion. He's
I know he's done a lot
director.
of stuff. I'm just saying I love it when he does noir stuff.
Okay, I derived a certain amount of diversion from the middling science fiction flick, The Tomorrow War, but it was ultimately kind of a pastiche of alien invasion, time travel, and family
Excuse me,
drama
pastiche
tropes.
does get, I think, a ding, doesn't it? Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, it
Yeah.
amounted to sound and fury and nothing particularly memorable. Hey, look, when I'm thinking, Christopher Nolan at his most arcane and convoluted is at least trying to do something different, or swarming hordes of horrible alien beasties attacking human soldiers was so much more fun in Starship Troopers, or wish I was watching any version of The Thing. It's not a good endorsement. Anyway, Chris Pratt, ever likable, lacks the gravitas to engage your emotions as an ordinary husband and father, drafted along with many others to be wormholed into the future on a probably deadly mission to save the Earth from what appears to be zillions of grotesque, vicious, fast-moving, hungry space creatures. Okay, it's fun here and there were a few seriously tense moments, but it was ultimately an empty calorie bargain matinee, and as soon as it was over, I craved something more substantial. Talented performers, J.K. Simmons, Sam Richardson, Mary Lynn Rajskub, Yvonne Strahovski, they're working for a living and getting paid by doing the Tomorrow War. It's a bargain matinee, maybe at home, and it's at the Amazon Prime Video streaming site.
All right. Not much of an endorsement for the Tomorrow War. What else do you have?
Ooh, I got something glorious, rapturous, and crucial. Summer of Soul is a visual diary of the Harlem Cultural Festival, a series of concerts held during the summer of 1969 in Harlem's Mount Morris Park. That would be the same summer that Woodstock happened and, quote-unquote, changed the world. And meanwhile, other world-changing events are happening elsewhere at that time, like these outdoor musical extravaganzas in New York City's historically African-American neighborhood, Harlem, where they brought together jazz, R&B, and gospel greats, as well as comedians and political leaders who, contrary to popular opinion, are not always the same. This mix of documentary and concert movie was compiled and directed by my fellow Philadelphia native, represent Questlove, producer, rapper, drummer of the band The Roots, who I expect many know from the Jimmy Fallon version of The Tonight Show. Questlove, a.k.a. Amir Thompson, who also did some voice acting in the recent Pixar hit Soul, took hours and hours of previously unseen film footage that sat in a vault since '69, and he shaped it into this wonderful document of that turbulent yet golden time. Summer of Soul includes fantastic musical performances by Stevie Wonder, Sly and the Family Stone, David Ruffin, Gladys Knight and the Pips, Nina Simone, The Fifth Dimension, Herbie Mann, many, many more. Quips from the pioneering black comedian Moms Mabley on stage, oration from a young Jesse Jackson and New York's mayor at the time, John Lindsay, and archival news and style footage to give context. And there were recent interviews by Questlove of attendees reflecting on the magic of the festival decades later. You might ask how something this great was almost lost to the ages. I'll leave that answer to scholars of critical race theory and just encourage you to seek out this joyful, significant movie. You can see it in a theater or watch it streaming on Hulu, Summer of Soul.
Wow. What an endorsement of Summer of Soul. Excellent. What else do you have?
Okay.
We only have a minute or two left.
Well, I'll tell you, I was blown away by Zola, an unruly, frequently funny comedy about a waitress named Zola who was convinced by a stripper named Stephanie that there's easy money in pole dancing. But when Stephanie encourages Zola to also join her on a profane weekend odyssey from modern-day Detroit, another Motor City shout-out, to Tampa, Florida, in a foursome with a hot-headed, doped-up pimp and Stephanie's simpleton boyfriend, you can imagine that things get crazy.
Hot-headed, doped-up pimp should be a band name, maybe, or something.
Okay, Brett, I know you want to ask something.
Yeah, Brett, please ask your question.
Yeah, is it based on a true story?
Yes.
Wow. How about that? Very well done.
It's based on a series of hilarious tweets by the real Zola that went viral and were turned into this candy-hued electric zapper of a romp by the director, co-screenwriter, Janixa Bravo, and Bravo to Bravo, and bouquets of sticky fragrant sinsemilla to Taylor Page, who was just a treat as the resilient Zola, and to Riley Keough, that's Elvis Presley's granddaughter, as perfectly trashy and optimistic Stephanie. The movie skids to a halt, and you may want to know what came next for Zola and the other trippers, or feel a little stiffed, but it's so stylish and idiosyncratic that I forgave its truncated, vaguely unsatisfying ending and look forward to Bravo's next joint. It's in theaters only for now, but it will be available to stream soon. Zola,
based on a true. It's you can't deny me.
You can't deny me. It's too real for you.
It's too real. We have to. Can I get one more in?
Yeah,
Go for one more.
Let me just quickly, on the negative side, I saw The Forever Purge, and I was not impressed by this violent sensationalism. It's the latest in the movie and TV series about an America that has instituted an annual 24-hour orgy of no holds barred, no criminal charges, violence, like the Capitol insurgency in January, but without arrests. I mean, I pretty much like the first Purge movie, but each subsequent one less and less.
Let me ask you, stop. What did you like about the first Purge movie?
It was just kind of an interesting, violent thriller that kind of, it's sort of...
I mean, is the challenge how you get a hold of this runaway train of violence?
Yeah, and it extrapolated what, classism and the racism that's also kind of rampant in the country, whether we like it or not. And that's kind of dialed up here in the Forever Purge, which is set in El Paso. So you have some white ranchers, and you have some Mexican immigrants, and you have some angry people that want to make the purge not 24 hours once a year, but forever. And at the very end of it, I thought to myself, I'd prefer the For Never Purge. It's in theaters. It's the Forever Purge.
Well, let me just recap, please, sir. The Forever Purge, you felt not this one, even though you understood the societal themes and some of the stuff from the first one. Zola, the comedy, based on a true story. You liked it. You thought even though it kind of dropped you off at the end with wanting to know some things, it was really a good ride. Summer of Soul. You were over the moon for Summer of Soul, the documentary from Questlove. You can see that on Hulu. The Tomorrow War, which is streaming on Amazon. You didn't like it.
Well, it was like a bargain matinee. I enjoyed it from that standpoint.
Okay. A lot of stars in it, if you like stars.
Yeah.
Doing stuff. They're all there at the Tomorrow War. No Sudden Move is the Soderbergh noir film that you really liked. That is the one I am jumping on. It's on HBO Max and also in theaters, right?
No, just HBO Max, baby.
Oh, wow. Just HBO Max, baby. All right. Well, Michael, anything else to plug? You at the Culture Blaster, the Coastal Commuter, and the Marina Times?
Yeah, the piece on barbecue. There's some movie reviews on the front page of the Times. And, one more quick note. Again, happy 4th of July to all of our listeners.
Yeah, happy 4th of July. Baby. You can find him. By the way, Buster Posey, how great is that?
All-star, my friend. He's an all-star. They're faltering a little bit. You know what? It won't take too much Longo for them to get back on the beam. Yes, Longoria will come back and start hitting and making some noise within the next week or so.
Really good news about Crawford, about Posey, but Crawford didn't understand. I guess just didn't make it. But I am excited that Posey, again, how many times has he been an All-Star, Michael?
6, maybe?
Yeah,
I'm just guessing off the top of my head.
5 or 6. It's 7 times. Wow, that's so great. He is the Culture Blaster. He's also author of the Culture Commuter column in the Marina Times. He comes to us on Fridays, and he leaves on a rainbow. Bye, Michael.
See you, Michael.
See you guys.